up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday. It is the Nerd Den. Yay!
Nerd. I love the countdown music. It's so groovy.
What's up, MK? Picture a man sitting next to his keyboard. His only mission is to herd nerds into an on-stream call about comics and nerdery. But they are worse than cats. You have just entered the Nerd Den. That is 100% accurate.
And just like wizards and babies, they're never late. They're always they always start when they're ready.
Wait. Say that again?
Oh, wizards and babies never arrive late. They arrive exactly when they want to.
Wizards?
Wizards, yeah, that's a quote from Lord of the Rings or from the movie where what's his name was telling Gandalf he was late.
Oh.
And he says wizards are never
Wizards
late.
never late.
They arrive exactly when they intend to.
That's right.
It's the same thing with babies. Babies arrive exactly when they intend to. Right,
I say that all the time because of my ADHD.
My
When I
steamer's boiling.
forget
Oh,
something,
okay.
like to do something.
MK says Gandalf to Frodo. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And what I was saying is we're never late when we start the live stream. We start it when we intended it.
That's
So we're
true.
never late.
Yeah. To be fair, we are actually usually here on. Most of us are here on time. It's just
Always.
everyone starts talking for 15 minutes, and no, I'm not able to push the button.
Todd gets distracted and forgets to press the button.
Well, that has happened too. That is true. That does happen quite a bit. Yeah, that has happened. That has happened.
I meant to go that way.
That has happened. How you guys doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I got stories.
You got stories? I've got some good stuff for this week too. I'll give you mine first. Wait, now Andrew is cleaning a comic book or drawing it or something, steaming it.
Steaming. I told you I have 3 comics I need to press. I'm going to do that. It'll take me just a few minutes.
Okay, no worries. Drew, spoken like a true retiree, says MK.
Oh yeah.
That's right. We're gonna talk about this because we have a lot to talk about.
Oh man, I'm gonna save $150.
Why is that?
I'm not buying the Savage Dragon Artist Vault Edition
Why not?
Really? Why?
because I saw a post that reminded me why he's
Oh, yeah.
fucking Eric Larson. I'm like, yeah, he has to be a douchebag to everyone. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm not giving that dude $150.
I know.
And like he had to go at somebody over a meme that the guy posted on their
I don't
page.
care. I'm gonna buy it. Look. Here. Before we even get into everything, Eric Larson, Savage Dragon. This is all I have to say. He is on issue number 270 something of a Savage Dragon.
Yeah, but
He's
it's
been
not the
on-
book it started out as.
He's been and it's not the book it started off as. The first 24 issues were fantastic.
Yes,
That
true.
is both a high compliment because 24 issues of great content is really hard to do. It also says a lot when you're not mentioning the other 250 whatever issues that came after it. So
And it's the last few years, and it's. I don't have a problem with that type of humor.
here's what I like.
It's just
No,
what
he's a crackpot.
it's what he's turned that book
Now, let me
into,
ask you this, because this is
and
actually-
how he
I mean,
treats people.
Let me ask you this, and this is something that I've thought about for a long time, and this is for everybody. Is there something that happens to you as a artist or as a comic book artist specifically when you draw like 300 issues of something? It seems like everyone who draws 300 issues of something goes fucking nuts. And I'm curious if there's like a scientific some kind of science to it, because it just seems like
Maybe he just went insane. Maybe he wasn't always that
I
much
think
of a
you go for 300 issues. I mean, you turn into Dave Sim, bro. Like,
dating underage girls.
you just go crazy. He's not dating underage girls. He's just drawing them in his comics or whatever. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no, she's a grown woman. She's
Oh,
married to Savage Dragon's son.
it's just gross.
She's just
But-
a tiny Asian woman.
I know. Well, look, you want to know what I respect about Eric Larson? Have you ever seen pictures of his studio?
No.
I have pictures of his studio. I've got a couple. I will show you. I'm going to pull up. I'll pull up. Well, you know what? I'll pull up. So I'll pull up this. Because I happen to have it right here. So this is really cool. He has it's just a room in his house. I mean, he has like a pretty large house in San Francisco, I think.
Oh, he made a lot of money this first few years of Savage Dragon.
Yeah, and he invested wisely. So this is angle A of his studio, right? It's like a catty corner area in the house, but like you can see his comic collection over there, right? And he's doing his research. Like he's got comics freaking everywhere, right? Which is pretty cool. And if you look actually on over here, he's got like Savage Dragon toys and stuff. Like he's got a bunch of the Savage Dragon toys, right?
And a Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? And then if you turn around in his studio, this is the other shot of the studio, right? So there's his drawing table. Now check this out. He's got a Devil Andrew. Look at that Devil Dinosaur cover.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Now, is that an original or?
Yeah, he bought. So what he did originally when he got his Image money was he started buying tons of original art. And at the time, he's a huge Kirby fan, right? And at the time, Kirby art was not that expensive. So he bought entire comics. He owns I think he owns like most of the at one time at least he owned like most of the Kazar run.
Wow.
Like look at that one. I don't even know where that's from. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that, dude. Look at that double page spread.
Wow.
Isn't that gorgeous? Awesome?
Oh yeah, that's probably worth $100,000 now.
Oh, wasn't there was a collection of Kirby stuff that was on display at a Dragon Con that I went to? And I think some of it came from Eric Largis's collection.
Yeah, so these I believe are the originals too.
Somebody colored it?
Yeah, so Jack Kirby did a couple of color posters. It was this one and this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I think those are the originals. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
That's and then cool. Check this out. So this wall over here is really cool, and I have a better image of this. This is the last image, and this is the only reason I have some respect. Well, not the only reason.
Okay.
Not the only reason, but this is my favorite picture right here. This is the one where I'm just like, Jesus. Like,
I have respect for him in the fact that the amount of work he's done and how he does it, with the way he draws, it's freaking insane.
It's nuts. Yeah. This is all his. This is like Savage Dragon.
Oh wow.
That's his. These are his pages, bro. It's just
wow.
Like just stacks of original art. Look at all of that.
Well, I look forward to when he dies and his family has to sell all that.
That's the whole run, dude. That's like all. And then up here, casually up here.
Kirby Commandy, Kirby Losers, Herb Trimpe, Hulk, 190, Iron Man, Herb Trimpe, Hulk, 156, and 181. Oh, wow. I wonder how much of that he actually owns.
Enough so he just put the number on there.
Yeah, enough pages of it. He just put the issue number. Jeez.
I don't think any of that book has ever been made available.
You want to know why?
If he's sitting on all of it?
He's sitting on probably most of it, yeah.
Wow. How old is Eric Larson? I mean, is there a chance he's going to pass away soon?
Well, no, probably not. But this is the thing.
That's the only way some of this crap gets into the public.
Well,
gets out there.
This is the thing. Eric Larson, to your point, made a lot of money in the 90s, but that was a long time ago. Savage Dragon only sells like 1,000 copies. He just has some diehard fans that just are completionists. 1,000 copies isn't enough to stay in print. So he's probably
No.
either breaking even or losing money on every single issue that he publishes. If he's not in the red now, he probably will be soon. He's probably in the red. It doesn't make any money, but it doesn't need to because
he's only 61.
yeah, he doesn't
only
need to make
61.
any more money because even if he had zero cash, look, this shelf. This is what's so crazy. Like just this shelf is probably $10 million. You think?
It could be.
I mean, that's 300 issues of Savage Dragon. Each page, $500 to $1,000, right? On the low end, let's just say $250 a page on some of those cheap pages. That's millions right there.
Some of those his pages are, especially the early Savage Dragons, are going to go for tens of thousands each.
That's what I mean. Thousands. This is it's just sitting in his office. This is millions and millions and millions of dollars in art. And then you've got, of course, the Kirby's and all that stuff up there. And that's, of course, that that's only a fraction of it. That's the stuff that I think the stuff that's right there is just the stuff he's looking at right now. Because obviously he's gonna have more.
I'm sharing an image of him drawing.
Yeah,
guys, this is literally how he holds a pencil.
Yeah, he holds his thing all crumpled up or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like he's mentally handicapped or anything. Like it looks like I'm being nice. I'm being nice. But that's literally how he draws. I mean, he's not you know.
Yeah, he just draws really weird. I don't know how he does that.
It's almost like a left-hander's hook.
Yeah.
But it's like a 4-year-old that can't hold a fork yet.
Right.
Or you can't even see your line. Like he doesn't, the way he holds it, like I don't see how he sees his line when he draws, but it seems to work.
He looks like a left-handed artist trying to draw with his right hand.
It is exactly it. Yeah. I've never seen anyone else draw like him all, ever.
It's like I said, my hat's off to him with what he's been able to do in his life and the way he does it. Frickin' A. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And
I'm not knocking him because of the way he does it. I just find it totally fascinating.
Yeah.
We saw him once in New York and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? That is literally how he draws. And it's just,
that's wild.
It is.
It's really strange to watch. Yeah, so
how do you do like good straight lines? Like
I don't know.
Whatever he's got going on.
He's been doing it for 30, 40, 50 years.
It's like this, right? It's almost like this. It's like back.
Yeah. It's like he's charcoal drawing. It's weird.
Oh, I need some paper now.
So
Doc's like, let me try it. See if that's the secret. See if that's the secret to
Could be the thing I've been missing this whole time.
Yeah, really. I got some cool news. I got some cool stuff. So I'll give you an update on everything. So we are coming up on the back like 10% of the WAGMI comic. It's looking really good. I'm very happy with it. I'm working on the finalizing of the script right now. I'm probably going to send it to you guys later. So everyone that's on camera, probably I'll send you guys a copy of it to tear it up. Sunday is going to be the deadline. So look at it, put some input in, and I'll either take it or I won't. But I'm going to try to get it to the letterer on Monday. I'm tying down the script, trying to get everything in there. They're very happy. WAGMI's been excellent to work with. They've been great partners. We are talking about, I can tell you guys here, part of this engagement is, it's hard to talk about because it's never guaranteed until it happens. But when this comic is released, there's a damn good chance it's going to be using our technology, which is dope. So it's going to be like an official AF drop, which is fucking cool.
Nice.
So that's doing really well. What else? There was something else. Oh, yes. So did we talk about paper last week?
Yep.
We talked about the paper stuff last week. Mm-hmm. So I reached out. I was talking about this last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to Michel Fife and he got back to me. and he didn't tell me the paper stock because he was like, whatever. He was like, I've tried a lot of different papers. But he gave me the printer, and it's a printer that I had not heard of in Canada. I hadn't heard of them before, and they do a lot of the stuff for Viz Comics, and like there's a couple of big printers in Canada that do stuff for DC and basically the mainstream stuff. What's great about this company is that they either make their own papers or they have special papers, or I don't really know the deep thing, but that's what this kind of thing is. So I love this. This is I think this is perfect for the adult fantasy comics we're gonna have coming out. It's just, I know it doesn't do it justice on camera because you can't like smell it, you can't feel it. This feels like a legitimate comic, like the ultimate comic book. Does that make sense? Like there are other comics that we know, and I don't want to pull any out because I don't want to shame anyone, but you get comics and they're like digital printed, and so the paper just feels like printer paper. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And the colors might look good, but it just doesn't feel like a comic. This is I was explaining it to somebody today. It's kind of like being the audiophile, where for most people a CD is fine or an MP3 is fine, but if you like vinyl, you like vinyl, and why you like vinyl, right? Like the comic is the same thing. The paper has to be right, the weight has to be right. And what's really cool about this that I really like is that the thickness of the paper is such that, and this is a psychological thing for me. Like I read it, I had no problem reading it because it's so sturdy that I know it's still like gem mint condition. Does that make sense? Like it's such a thick paper that like those edges, I don't know if you can see it, but those edges are just like razor sharp. Like you could get yourself a serious paper cut with this stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, man, like it just feels really good. I could see doing like issues with that stuff. So it's pretty exciting. So cool. Thank you, Michelle, for hooking me up with your printer, man. I really appreciate it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd. I've got this video that you just sent with this guy with this $6 million collection or whatever. Yeah. I recently saw a video on YouTube in which a local news group reporter went out to see a million comic book collection from somebody, and I honestly expected it to be about Bob, who we know personally, and I don't know if he's still the Guinness World Record holder, but he was the Guinness World Record holder for the largest private collection.
Yeah.
So I thought it was an interview with him. Turns out it wasn't. Guess who it was? It's in your neck of the woods. Sheldon Drum.
Sheldon, yeah.
Yes. And he went into his private, store, like stock room, it's
on YouTube?
Yeah. It's like I said, it's like a local. I don't remember where. I'd have to go look for it.
Well, so that's awesome. That's actually really cool. No, I'm going to share this because I think you guys this will be good fodder for the show.
Okay.
And I'll just do the setup now. We will watch it in a few. I don't want to hog too much time here, but basically, it's a. Doc, do you know who Carl Runefelt is?
Mm-hmm.
The crypto dude or whatever.
Yeah, sure. The Moon.
Huh?
He's the Moon. Carl the Moon.
Yeah. So on his channel, and this is an old video, it's about a year ago, he decided to review the $6 million book, and it was a guy in Dubai who has like a comic shop and has like a $10 million collection and all this. And the comments were hilarious, and so I watched it, and it is not what you think it is. And so it'll be fun, especially since we have a retail shop owner that collects CGC comics here. It'll be great to gut check. Basically, the prices were at like laughably ridiculous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, like way like ridiculous.
Yeah. What's the game in Dubai? It's like, how much money can you spend? I could spend more than you.
That's right.
I could outrich you.
That's right. MK says,
seriously.
Well, it's like AF. It's not what you think. However, totally. I love it. So we'll show that in just a minute. But Andrew, you hit me up yesterday because we postponed lore games just for another couple weeks, just until I get this out of the way, this WAGMI thing, just so I can focus on it. So I thank you everybody for letting me do that. But you were chomping at the bit with a bunch of stuff to talk about. What you got going on?
Well, I did something yesterday that I've always wanted to do, but never could because I, of course, had a day job. And that is go to a storage auction.
Oh, sweet.
And it was very interesting. I learned a lot. I had one of the other vendors at the flea market. We were talking about it the week before. So I get the emails, the Atlantic, whatever the storage unit that I have. The company that owns the flea market has weekly auctions. And I'm on their list, and they send it out on Wednesday, and they tell you the locations that they're going to be at. And the way it works is, like for this week, there were 3 locations off of Normandy Boulevard and 1 location that was like close to that. And what they do is they start at 10 o'clock in the morning at the first location, and then once they're done, they move on to the next one. Everybody packs up their stuff and moves to the next one. And he had given me some advice about doing it, and I ignored half of it. It's kind of like Avery was talking to me. One of the things I ignored was he said, bring something to drink, bring some water because it gets freaking hot out. And yeah, trust me, I realized that like really quick. But I went, and it was interesting. And if you want, it'll take about 15 minutes to tell the story, but I can tell you guys what all I learned. I did not buy anything. Because I initially went to just see what it's all like, and found very interesting things that happen.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, so
first MK says story time with Drew.
So the first location was further down off of Normandy, which Todd and Avery probably know what I'm talking about, that area. And on the paperwork or on the email that they sent out, there were supposed to be 2 units there. And the guy told me, he says, whatever it says in the email, it's probably half that. So when I got there, they said, we only have 1 unit at this location. So what he said was absolutely true. When I initially got there, there was about 20 people there at the time. And one of the other, matter of fact, Avery knows this story. The guy that has the video games that wanted to sell me that bin of mulch and turn me down, he was there. So he goes to these things regularly. And when we first started, we all got into this small unit area, and we all looked in and saw what it was. And I mean, there was nothing in there that jumped out at me as interesting. So I just wanted to see what happened. And the way they gave you the rules at first, and some of the rules I did not know. Like number 1, it's cash only. You have to have cash. Number 2, you are not allowed to just leave and go to the ATM. So if you don't have the cash on you, do not bid, is what they say. And at the time, I only had like $60 on me. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to have to hit the ATM before we get to the next location, which I did. And number 2, if you win the auction, you have to put your own lock on the unit. And I saw several people with like several locks. And I had one key lock, and it was in my car.
Wait, can I ask you a question as a setup to this?
Sure.
So we're making an assumption that you were interested in buying a storage space?
Eventually, maybe.
Just to play the game?
But today I just wanted to see what it was all about.
Okay.
I had no intention of bidding on anything. But I wanted to see what was going on.
Okay.
So see what it's like.
Okay.
And what the guy explained is, if you win, they expect you to put your lock on it right there and then. If you do not have a lock, they will put their lock on it, and they won't take it off until all the auctions are done, which means it could be 5-6 o'clock at night before they get back around to it. So it's important that you have your own lock. So lesson learned. And they also said no photographs, no recordings of any type, no using your phone. I'm like, okay, that sounds fine. So and the other thing is, if somebody is interested in the unit, they can tell the auctioneer guy, I have an opening bid of X amount, right? $50, $25. Well, this one had an opening bid of 100.
Okay.
If there's nobody interested in the opening bid, it starts at $1. And here's the thing. You could literally say $2, and if nobody else is interested in it, you just want it for $2. If nobody is interested in it, Atlantic Self Storage buys it for $1. Now, there was one unit at the first location. There was like 6 or 7 at the second location. Of all those auctions, Atlantic Self Storage got 2 of them for $1 a piece. So they have the opening
deal for them.
They have the opening bid of $1. Yeah, but they also have to deal with all the crap that's in there. So
right.
And from what I understand, I've talked to one of the employees who says, yeah, we get to have whatever's in there. It's we can do it. So, but they have to. It's available to everybody else first, for as little as $2. There is I believe it's a 10%, fee that they charge, plus of course taxes. And you're not allowed to leave and go to the ATM. So if you don't have the cash on, you don't bid. Okay. Another thing I found out at the second location, when we were heading to the last unit, they told everybody, listen, this is the last unit. Take a look. If you're not interested, we'll meet you at the next location. And literally 90% of the people left after we got to the last one. Now, I, of course, just wanted to see what happened, so I stayed. But it was rather interesting what people leave behind. If you think about it, though.
Wait, now, do you get to see what people leave behind?
Yeah, you're allowed to look in. You can have flashlights and look in, but you're not allowed to touch anything.
Okay, so you can kind of see, like, if you just to put it in the context of comic books,
yes.
You can go in there with a flashlight and be like, oh, it's a long box of comics.
Exactly. I know what a comic box looks like, but then again.
Oh, wait, and MK says, yes, but only from the door?
Yes, they open the door and you can look in. That's it.
Okay, you can't walk in.
No, you can't walk in. You can just look.
Okay.
Yeah. What's really funny, one of the units that they opened up had like 5 queen size, king size mattresses. And there were then some bins next to it. And the guy said there is stuff behind the mattresses. But of course, nobody's allowed to touch it. So he pushed the mattresses aside so you could look behind and see there was a bicycle and some other bins. So he's like, I'm not lying to you guys. There's stuff behind there. So, but
MK says he's done a few in his day.
Really?
I always feel like this is sort of like the weird lottery thing where you want to find like, oh, look, hey guys, I bought this storage unit for $250 and I found this hard drive that has like 15,000 Bitcoin on it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, most of it's junk though.
Yeah, most of it is junk. Well, what's so funny, at the second location, at that first location, the starting bid was 100. It ended up going for 250.
Uh-huh.
When I looked in it, I could see tools and so forth, but that's it. Now, see if I'm wrong in this assumption. Nobody pays a storage unit for broken and unworking crap, right? You wouldn't put stuff in a storage unit and pay if it was broken and crap. So you assume everything that's in there probably works, right?
Probably, yeah.
Got to go with that assumption. But then again, if somebody says, crap, everything that's in there is just junk, I'm just going to leave it. They can do whatever they want with it, right? Mm-hmm. So that's also another assumption about what's in there. But hold on a second. I got to turn this off.
MK says, mostly it's junk. You just hope to get the person that was moving and made a choice to cut and run, sad as it sounds. So, I'll tell you that MK says, no, hoarders, Drew. Sorry, man, not completely true.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking. I'm not sure what's in there until I actually started to see what was in there. There was literally one location which you could tell it was a bunch of boxes and bins, but somebody had put tarps over it, so you couldn't see what was in them. I don't think anybody bid on that one. I think maybe somebody got it for like $25 or something.
I will say, when I moved from Atlanta to New York City, I had the storage space in Atlanta for a few years, and I couldn't move it. There was no way for me to ship everything. I had no money. I was just a broke artist.
Yeah.
And so I went back down to Atlanta. I filled my car with as much of the artwork that I possibly could, like a lot of the stuff from high school and college that I really cared about. And I left everything else. And I paid my, I didn't just cut and run. I of course like told the place, and I fulfilled my contract. They were like, we're going to sell whatever in there. I was like, yeah, I know, man, it's some good stuff in there. But so certainly I had some like crappy furniture, but I had to this day, like, I just wish, but I had a refrigerator, like a cardboard box, like a giant cardboard box. It was filled to the brim of it was 6 years of all of my animation work, because I kept all of it, all my animated cells from Cartoon Network, all of them. I have a little pack that I took from this. I've got this much, and I just all of those cells, absolutely worth a fortune, man. Like, absolutely a fortune. I couldn't do it. I couldn't fill my car up anymore. Yeah. Thanks, MK. Yeah.
Well, there was one unit that you could obviously see it had generators and tools. That one ended up going for like $650. There was another one that had a lot of like looking antique type stuff in it. And I overheard one guy saying, yeah, that's like a roadshow type of find. And that went for like $450. Everything else went for maybe $100 or less for those that actually bought stuff. And it was interesting in the fact that you really don't have a clue what's in there. You got to get an idea based on the bins or the packaging that they use, but you have no idea. You could see a really nice looking like tool bin and open it up and it's a bunch of clothes,
Right.
Useless clothes. You never know what's in there.
Right.
You would assume that if somebody's going to put a box of comics in there, that they have them in a comic box, but you never know for sure. And I did overhear one older gentleman talking to another guy who this was his first time out here, telling him that he's looking for toys, comics, magazines, and literally stuff that I would be looking for. But apparently that doesn't come up that often. It does happen, but it's not, So we'll see what happens. I may do it again. Well, the previous last week I was interested in doing it last week, but I didn't because it was St. Augustine. It was out in St. Augustine, and I'm like, if you go all the way out there and you decide to purchase something, you're gonna have to travel back and forth to load everything up, and because you literally you have to look at it from the point of fact that if there's 5 things in there that you can sell, but there's 20 other things that's just nothing but junk, you still got to take care of the junk. And one of the very last one, the one I was telling you guys about where nobody got it, I actually thought about throwing in a bid just for poops and giggles, had a freezer, a full-size freezer in there. It had a bed frame, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't get any of that crap out of there. And I'd be afraid to open up a freezer that's in a storage unit. What the heck do you think might be in there? Whatever. But I did get yelled at while I was there.
Yelled at?
Yes. While I was there, and I'll have to use a little bit of profanity real quick. But I'm there, and I'm looking at a unit, and then I step back. There was probably about 50 people there. I did a quick head count at one point. It was about 50 or so people. So there was a lot of people there, and it wasn't anything I was interested in. So I stepped away, and I went back into the shade, and my phone buzzed because I turned off the ringer. But part of my day job is scam calls, and I answer calls. And I looked, and it was a scam call, so I ignored it. But then I noticed I had a message, and my first thought was, oh, maybe the wife left me a message. Something might have happened. So I went ahead and I checked the messages, and it was nothing important. So I just deleted it and stuck it back in my pocket. Probably about 30 seconds later, the auctioneer guys, if I see anybody on their goddamn fucking phones, you're out of here. This is your last warning. And I'm like, oh shit, he's talking to me. Because I was literally directly across from him.
What's with the phone? They just don't want phones, or
supposedly there's something about pictures of the units being shared online and stuff like that, and something about coordinating with other bidders, and they don't want you doing that. And I'm like, I was just checking my messages. I mean, I didn't do anything. I didn't think I was doing anything bad. Well, apparently, that other old guy that this was his first time out here.
MK says you can get coached.
Oh, well, that wasn't what I was doing. I was honest. Well, the old guy who was telling the other guy that this was his first time, actually after the auction was up, went up to the guy and apologized for being on his phone. Apparently he did it too. So it wasn't just me, but I'm literally right across from him listening to my messages. So I know he was talking to me. So I learned a lesson. Don't leave your phone in the fucking car.
Did you apologize, Andrew?
No, I just stayed away. I didn't say nothing to nobody. But I knew he was probably looking at me like, right there, that piece of crap right there. So I know the rules. I know better. And bring cash, have locks, put your freaking phone in the car. I had the most beautiful scam call today. It was so good that I already had something scheduled for tomorrow. I rescheduled that for Sunday to make sure that this video went up tomorrow because it was just that damn good. It was a Medicare scammer calling saying, have you gotten your new Medicare card? Get them all the time. Get these calls all the time. Okay. And no, I haven't gotten my new Medicare card. What do I need to do to get it? Well, let me help you. And I need to get some information from you and verify security and so forth. What is your mother's maiden name? I'm like, what? What do you need my mother's maiden name for? He says, it's the new level of security for your Medicare card. And what's so funny is I'm in the middle of watching Vikings. I was on the 5th season. And in the season, Alfred has just been made king of England or king of Wessex. And I'm blanking on what the hell I'm going to tell this guy is my mother's maiden name. So I told him Alfred and he went with it. He's like, okay. And then he starts asking me, what's the last 6 of my what's the last 5 or 6 of my social security number? And I'm like, what? What do you need that for? He says, we need it for security. Okay. It's 111111. He goes, okay. So he can, and then you're ready for this part. He goes, by the way, we can help you lower the interest rate on your credit card. Do you have a credit card that you'd like to help pay off? I said, I absolutely do. He said, well, what's the expiration date, the account number, and the 3-digit code on the back?
Wow.
All of this because of a new Medicare card. I'm like, holy crap, this is one-stop shopping for scammers.
Yeah.
I had to make it.
Did you give it to him?
I gave him a bunch of fake numbers, which he said were incorrect. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm looking right at my card, you know?
The Social Security one's a good one because it makes you feel like you're still protecting your information, but the first 3 numbers are the state you were born in.
Yeah, well, they're actually the first 5.
Yeah.
I think when you, there are records that you can find where it'll black out like the last 4.
Yeah.
But the first 5 are very common. You can find them in people's records.
Yeah.
So giving them
because there's a system for that. It's like the state and the year they make it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had scammers asking me for my social, and I've made up numbers, and then they can check to see what year those numbers were issued and in what state, and then they'll say, well, where were you born? And I caught on to that, so I now look it up before I give it to them.
Yep.
So, but yeah, exactly.
MK says it gets pricey, dude. One piece of advice: pick your price and stop. This one.
Okay. Well, I want to go back. I want to do it again. I'm interested. I might find something. And turns out, Raphael, Ayla was telling me Raphael would love to do it, but he has to work Thursdays. He has to be at work by 11. And it literally, we didn't start exactly at 10 o'clock at the first location, but that one unit, when we were finally done, it was an hour later. It was almost 11 before we headed to the next location. It does not go when they're doing the auctions, it goes fast. But after all the auctions are done, they have to settle up with everybody before they moved on to the next location. And I literally went to the 3rd location after I stopped and got some lunch and got a drink and so forth. And I got there and I parked and I'm waiting to see anybody, and nobody was coming. And I started to think maybe they all took a lunch break, and I didn't know that that's what they were doing. Most likely it is. So I packed up and left and went home because I like I said, I wasn't going to buy anything, but I had a little bit of money and I was curious. So now I am better informed.
I'm just glad that you're making all of these decisions to spend your money wisely after you've quit your job and have no income.
You want to hear the funny thing? I have a conference call with my 401k company on Monday to talk about my options for what to do with my 401k.
Uh-huh. Tell them you're going to put it into Bitcoin.
No. We're going to see what the options. Well, the last time I left a job, because I was being let go, my job was going away.
Mm-hmm.
The company that did the 401k, your options was two things. Well, I got the letter already from this company. I have 4 different options. But the other company, there were 2 options. You either rolled it over into another account or you cashed it out and took the penalty. And I went ahead and cashed it out, and we ended up living off the money for the next 2 years.
And you ended up buying like $3,000 worth of fine art, comic art, because you came to New York. And I've never seen anyone buy so much original art in one time in my entire life.
We had a good time, didn't we?
We had a great time.
But the funny thing is that I ended up having to go back to work 2 years later. So
Yeah, I know.
the money didn't last that long.
But you had that original art, and that's what's important.
Well, the plan was to use that money to start our business.
I know. Yeah.
And the location we picked fell through, so there was a lot of turmoil that happened. And we ended up living off that money for a couple of years, and then I had to go back to work. Well, I didn't have to go back to work. I did because they offered me a crap load of money that I had never seen before and was happy to do it. But a financial advisor would tell me to roll the money over into another account. And but the only problem is because I'm not working for the company that is the one that set up the accounts, there's no regular input happening. There's no regular adding to it from my paycheck. So they don't necessarily want to maintain an account that you're not contributing to. So we'll see what the options are. The lady's supposed to call me on. I got a meeting set up, and we'll talk about my options, which I pretty already know what I'm going to end up doing. Don't tell the wife.
What are you going to do?
Probably cash it out and put a big, huge chunk of it in savings. And yeah, we're already debt free. We already paid off all of our credit card bills and the car and everything. We don't have any debt right now.
That's awesome, man.
What little bit of debt we have, it's manageable.
That's
So,
good. That's really
That's
good.
awesome. Yeah.
I mean,
That's the whole
a
reason
lot
why
of
we
people
did
say
this.
that.
Is we were preparing for this. So
And how
That's
many
awesome.
pages have you drawn so far of your comic book?
I haven't done any I'm running about a week behind on everything that I planned on doing. The first week was supposed to be fixing up the office. The second week was to start the drawing. I'm still working on the office. But
10 minutes a day.
I wish it was that easy.
You got to
But,
start. Make it a habit.
I
You just got to make it a habit.
the
Otherwise, all the other habits. Look, man, I have
the
massive
drawing table
ADHD.
is sitting there.
I'm gonna tell you from experience.
The drawing
Listen to
table is
Doc.
sitting there
Shut up,
with the
Andrew.
light
Listen
on
to
it.
Doc. Shut up. Listen to Doc.
Okay.
Doc, you have the calm.
I have massive ADHD, and if you don't start something, it's like always the pile. It's like I'm gonna practice the guitar. I'm gonna do the thing. Like I know how that goes, especially when you get later in life and you're like, I want to do this thing, but life don't
You
let
know what
life
I
get you.
you know what I
10
did
minutes a
start
day.
this week. You know what I did start this week, and technically it takes me almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, your
Every
new
morning-
burlesque show.
Every
Practicing your new
morning
burlesque
I get
show.
up, I put my clothes on, and I go for a walk.
That's good.
I've measured it. It's just slightly more than 0.9 miles that I walk. I've been able to do it in as little as 18 minutes and 17 seconds. And today, when I did the walk, I actually counted my steps. And I told my daughter about this because she's actually going to be running a 5K next month. Or no,
Mhm.
is it this next month? It's the 8th. June 8th. And I told her I counted the steps today. And she said, why don't you have like a pedometer or one of those things that counts for you? It says, because I can do it in my head. I can count. She's like, oh my, how many steps? 1,680 from front of the house to back to the front of the house.
That's cool, man. That's good.
Yeah.
I need to do more walking too.
But yeah, that's something I did not do for the purpose of just walking. And that I started that on Monday. I've done it every day since. Actually, what's so funny is my mother-in-law had an appointment at 8 a.m., I think on Wednesday. And I told her up by 7, out the door by 7:30. Well, when I woke up, it was 6:30, and I'm doing the quick calculation. Okay, it takes me 20 minutes to walk. I just need to get up, get dressed, and go for the walk. And I was literally walking into the house as my alarm went off at 7 o'clock to wake her up. So I made a point that I have to do the walk. And I told my wife, I said, my goal after the walk is to do a second round and eventually get to 4 times. If I can go this same route 4 times, That's the equivalent of 3.5 miles, which is slightly more than a 5K, which is 3.1 miles. So, and I told my wife I wanted to start doubling up starting next week. That shit ain't happening. My ankles are just still getting used to this.
You're also in Florida, bro.
Well, doing it early in the morning, it's not bad. I mean, I sweat, but I'm not like dying.
Yeah.
But my ankles are what are hurting the most. Usually by the time I get back to the house and I sit down and I relax, it's no big deal. While I'm walking, I can feel it in my ankles. My wife was concerned about my knees, and my knees are fine. And I have
Andrew,
my brace on, so I'm not worried about my back. So, yeah.
Give it a month before you try to double.
Really? I was thinking a week.
Yes.
No,
a month.
Bro.
A month?
A month.
Yeah.
I've done this before. Remember, I've done this.
Yep.
And then after a while, you might want to look into lightweight training.
Well, one of the things I had talked to my wife about is like getting some of those ankle weights that you can wear while you walk, just to give yourself a little extra.
Yeah. Wait 2 to 3 months before start that.
Give yourself
Really?
The first month when you're as out of shape as we are, and several of us are in this boat, you have to go really, really slow, or you'll hurt yourself. You could possibly seriously.
Yeah. Well, getting up and doing it every day is the first step.
It's absolutely, and that's the hard part. Actually, is forming the habit.
Yep.
That's the hard part. I'm having the same problem of getting it started, because I'll start it, do it a couple of days, then something will happen. I'll get busy and I won't do it.
Well, I haven't done any drawing, but I've done 5 days of daily morning exercise.
I'll take it.
So I mean, that's
a win. That's a win.
Yep.
Mark that down as a W in the book, and keep it continue. Like Sammy Sosa said.
I will also say, Andrew, I use an app. I even pay. It's like $5 a year. It doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
I have an app called Fitbod. Just got it in the Apple Store or whatever. But it's great because I can set it up, tell it what my goal is, how many times I want to work out a week, and it automatically generates what I do every day, so I don't have to think about it. And if all you want to do is walk and you don't want to do any weights or anything, that's totally cool too. It'll just give you that walk, and it'll has a button, you push it, it's a countdown clock, and you just go, and it tracks all your stuff, right?
Yeah.
And what's cool about it from a long-term thing is that it tracks it, kind of like in technology. There's something like in software. There's something called a GitHub, and GitHub tracks every time you push code, so you can actually see like a green chart to show your progress of how much you're working, right? And Fitbod kind of has the same thing where it'll just show you like every day that you're working. It'll say, it's your streak, it's your workout streak, and it really does help.
That's cool.
MK says Fitbod, nice, great company. Yeah, it's a lot of. That's awesome that you know it. Yeah, it's I really enjoy it. It's a good little app. It works.
Well, I'll eventually get into, having some type of tracker on me, but right now it's just getting out of bed, getting outside, and doing a walk.
Yeah, you got to find your new schedule, your retired schedule.
Yeah.
You gotta make that thing. Yeah.
Somebody mentioned to me being retired, and I still feel like I'm just on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff that I would do if I was on vacation, if I had a day off of work, and today, this morning I went into the store and I went by Home Depot, picked up some lumber and started working on building the base shelf that's going in the one side of the store. I got that 2/3 of the way done. And, I just stuff I know I'm going to do and I need to do. And,
Yeah. It's awesome, man. You'll get there.
Yeah,
hey guys,
you're doing great, man. That's good stuff.
I gotta split early tonight because we're going out of town tomorrow, so I need to.
You got any stories to tell before you leave?
I have one thing. Well, the story I'd like to tell, I can't tell here.
Okay,
it's it's insane. I've been affecting my sanity this week. But I did find
the time you met P. Diddy, right?
That video's bad, but I was cruising on Twitter today, and I've been getting like a lot of RPG stuff in my feeds. I've been watching these people who do like on graph paper, like hand-drawn dungeons, which is awesome. I love
Mhm.
it. But so I've been getting all this stuff. I found when Lore Games comes back, I found us an RPG to play. I'll pop it up on the screen.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah. This is, I assume, a very real thing here. Advanced Lovers and Lesbians. It says thirsty
Perfect.
sword lesbians. Yeah. Settings,
Perfect.
adventures, and playbooks for thirsty sword lesbians.
Do you
Yeah.
mean to tell me I get to play out my fantasy of being a lesbian?
Oh, it's the deal of the day. It's a advanced lovers and lesbians. Okay, we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Now I'm so fair warning, Doc. You know that if we legitimately play this on Lore Games with this group,
Dude,
Dusty
yeah.
is going to be putting every one of us into timeout.
Oh, we're gonna go to the no-no zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you just gotta be
I'm looking this up.
Do you have a backup channel already? You need to start one. You know
Yeah.
what? It's funny. You mentioned the hand-drawn maps.
Yeah.
For some reason, Instagram's been showing me role-playing game stuff,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's been showing me people that 3D print their maps. So
Yeah.
they have
Oh.
sets.
That's
Like
cool.
they'll have this. Like I saw this one today for a tavern, and
Mhm.
you can open it up and give like an exploded view of it. And he's got the
Cool.
figures all in there.
That's
dude,
cool.
It's insane, dude. You 3D print it, paint it up, and it's like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's super rad. I've seen like pictures of people's, basement, things, and like I remember this. I wish I could find it. If I could find it quickly, I would. But this guy had like his entire basement was just tables and like mountain or like just different set pieces everywhere, and he could pick them up and move them and sort them around. I was like, dude, that's dedication. But yeah, that's awesome, man. I never thought about 3D printing them. That'd be cool. That's like a whole. I'd never even actually play the game. I'd just be happy.
Yeah,
Cool little dioramas.
dude. Some of it's like they have a special mat that's 3D printed in sections.
Yeah.
That's like snapping them onto like Legos almost,
Right.
and all kinds of crazy stuff, dude. I'm just
That's
like,
cool.
dude. I'm like, this is like the ultimate like playing with GI Joes when you were a kid with your friends. Like you were role playing and didn't even know it when you were a kid playing with GI Joes and Star
100%,
Wars.
100%. I'm in some GI Joe like collectors groups on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And some of those people like they do they set up these awesome dioramas and will like
Yes.
have like a fog machine, and they'll do like DOF like type of lensing and stuff like that, and make the most kick ass battle scenes.
Yes. I saw a guy that has you remember the aircraft carrier?
Oh yeah, the flag, USS
Yeah,
flag.
yeah, the flag.
Yeah.
He has a flag that's 3D printed, so it's much larger, like
Ah.
like it's the size of a table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's got open stuff where you can see all the different rooms, and he's got it completely set up. He's got one area that looks like water, but it's some kind of poly resin or something. And he's got like battle scenes that go up into land and goes up in the mountains. And it's like, dude, that's bonkers.
It's
and
bonkers cool though.
Yeah, it actually is.
Like buying up like all the just like Vipers so you can have an army.
Yeah.
For your photos and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. And the customization they're doing to the figures
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah. It's
They're
really
making
cool.
they're making custom figures with custom paint jobs.
Wonder if you could 3D print a bunch of figures, you know?
They do.
Wow.
There's people that make the files to print your own custom figures. Some
That'd
of
be
them
very
look some of them look way better than anything Hasbro's making.
Yeah. Hey, I want to be the first to say this, but Avery, chef's kiss, dude. Your audio is perfect this evening. Whatever new headphones or whatever you're using now, you are crystal clear and beautiful.
It's the same headphones I've had for the past few weeks. It's just we don't have those storm things. Although we do have.
I mean, that definitely helps because we had the roboting issue and all, but your audio is gorgeous tonight.
We do have a tornado warning here right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just cleared it up.
If your audio was a visual person, oh,
it's beautiful.
beautiful. Got that pear bottom.
It was
Badass.
those solar storms last week. Man.
Love it.
Andrew.
Did you guys get to see the Borealis? It didn't
No.
go down as far as
I
you
saw
guys are.
pictures.
We got a little bit. We got a little bit. Actually, my daughter took a pretty good, 'cause, like naked eye, it was like purpley.
Yeah.
She used the camera phone and she got at least like 3 colors, separated out. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
though.
I saw pictures of the purple.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, that would have been awesome. I saw some people like taking photos from the airplane and stuff. It's just like absolutely just insane. That's one of my biggest, like, I want to go to wherever you got to go. Iceland. I don't know Iceland, I guess, is a spot, and actually see the real, like, shimmering curtains of light kind of thing before I die.
Alaska.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'd rather go to Iceland, man. Alaska's full of like tweakers and thieves.
Yeah. and polar bears.
And polar bears. Yeah, no, Alaska's cool. I was listening to talk radio, and it's like the number 3 or 4 of the top 10 most dangerous states based on violent crime and theft is Alaska.
There's only like 30 people there. So, yeah.
One they go crazy when it's all like endless summer or endless daylight kind of thing. They go nutty when you get up to those like latitude lines.
Well, unless you have a lot of money, there's like inherently you're well off.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of opportunity in a lot of parts of Alaska.
There's not. No.
It's really weird what people think of other places. When we were on the cruise, we sat with some people for our dinner, and we were telling the guys that we were sitting next to that we live in Jacksonville, and it's great because we can just go over the bridge and jump on a cruise ship. And the guy was like, "Oh, I would never want to live in Jacksonville. You guys have like murders, like 6 murders a week there, don't you?"
Right.
Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right. Yeah.
This isn't Chicago. This is like, where are you getting this? Yeah, he thought Jacksonville was like the murder capital of Florida.
Everybody, I had friends in New York City who were making RPGs called Jacksonville, purely based on news articles and pop culture references.
But the thing is, though, like there is a lot of crime in Jacksonville, but it's all pretty much in one neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, the local talk radio guys, they used to have a bit where they'd read news articles, and it would either be fake or it happened in Florida. It happened in Jacksonville. Like that was like the bit, actually. Yeah. Now that I think about that, but go back to Alaska. There for a minute, I was convinced that I was gonna go after seeing the Bering Strait Gold show. Where they get on those little skiffs and go down there and vacuum up dirt. I was like, that's the life for me. I wanted to do it so bad. I love that kind of shit. I love a good rummage too. I want to get on an auction. I love going to estate sales or they have like the places out here where they just buy up the Amazon return pallets, and you kind of can peek through them, but you kind of just blind bid on them. And if you see like 5 or 6 good things, toaster oven or whatever the hell that you pick that puppy up for like $400. But I never have I don't have a truck. I have a trailer and no truck, which does me a lot of good to actually like haul the stuff home. But yeah, I love that stuff. Nothing like a good rummage to invigorate the blood. That's why I have 5 storage sheds full of shit in my backyard for my entire life. I just go like Scrooge McDuck in the money pit on those bad boys, man. Just uncover untold treasures from my life.
Well, see, we have a storage unit off of Fort Caroline that we've had since we left our house because we put a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't important to us in the storage unit, knowing we were going to have to move. And I've had that storage unit going on like 12 years now. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to think how much money I spend for people to store a washer and dryer, a couple of hope chests, a couple of beds,
Yeah.
my crap, my daughter's crap, my son's crap, my wife's crap. You know, I don't want to think about it, but
Man,
if I had
the
a place
money,
to put it,
I would build some damn storage, public storage. That's good money. Good
Oh,
side
yeah.
gig. All you got is some concrete
I
and
always,
some metal.
I always thought
and
it was
block.
funny when I was talking to one of the guys that works at the storage unit where we had the flea market. I had asked him about, why do you guys never ask for a deposit or anything? And they're like, because we know where your stuff is. If you don't pay,
Right.
we put a lock on it and it's ours.
Right.
So
Right.
no,
Yeah.
you don't have to put down a deposit. There's no need for that. We have your stuff.
Yeah,
Period.
exactly, man. Exactly.
And
I'll do it.
the one other storage unit story I wanted to tell is that I got it from my storage unit where
Storage
12
unit
years worth,
stories
yeah.
from Andrew.
Yeah, but I got a call from them one time. They said, listen, some kids jumped the fence and were going through the storage units and they were breaking off locks. They were breaking off
Yeah.
like master locks because, I mean, enough force and you can break a master lock. And said, your unit was one where they broke the lock off. We need you to come down and put another lock on it and take a look at it. And I said, okay, no problem. So I went there and I saw that the lock was off and I lifted up the door and it's literally a wall of crap. It was a 10 by 10 unit. It was very small and it was just piled high. And apparently they opened it up, looked at it and shut the door. They didn't even touch anything.
Right.
And in the very front was a camera case, a metal camera case. And I pulled it out and I opened it up. It had original art in it. It had first hero page and a whole bunch of important to me crap.
Mhm,
Had they just grabbed that, I would have been devastated, but they didn't touch anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is something to be said about having a storage unit filled with crap. Nobody wants to touch it.
Dude, I almost got in the, well, I had to call the cops. I almost got in a fist fight with this dude at my old storage a couple months ago because we had this storage for like, shit, man, I don't even know, 30 years.
Yeah.
My mom and dad used to have a ceramics mold business. So it was like plaster molds, and my mom, like, amazing as far as like doing the glaze, like wildlife and stuff. So fucking good. But all that stuff was in the storage, along with like a big, huge, like 18-foot aluminum canoe, and then my dad's collection of antique hit and miss engines, right? Which the ones were like pop, 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 the big flywheel kind of shit like that. Well, the guy said, you know, we want to. The neighbor guy, I don't want storage here. The neighbor guy wants to expand his wood shop, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I go down there. I'm like, yeah, I'll get him out here. I don't have a truck. I got it. These things, like all these engines, there's like 15, 16, 17 huge engines that weigh, you know, 500 pounds a piece or more, right? Like I can't just like heft them up. Like, this is going to be an operation. You guys got to give me some time. And he's like, what are you going to do with the molds? I said, well, honestly, I don't know. I've tried to find some Facebook groups and sell them, but I haven't had the time. Whatever. He's like, I'll buy them from you. How about, you know, $400? I'm like, okay, I could do that. And I say, I'll throw in a kiln. I've got a kiln at my house. Give it to you. He's like, what about the canoe? And I'm like, nope, that's, you know, my mom's. Never used it a day in my life, but it's, you know, my dad bought it for my mom and they went canoeing once, right? So the day comes, I go down there. Oh no, I saw him selling my damn canoe on Facebook. So I had to go down. I was like, hey man, that's not part of the deal. Like I said, we had like multiple conversations about it, right? So he's like, fuck. So I go down there and he comes out like, "Arr!" And I'm just like, bro. And we had to call the cops, so it got bad. And I was like, you guys can arrest me. I'm taking my GD canoe. That guy can go F himself. And he's like, you get all those engines out yourself. So I hauled out 17 engines, like dragged them onto, I got like the neighbor guy to come with the trailer. He helped me heft them on there, but that sucked. And then I had to unload that trailer. We got a old storage container, 20-foot container, and I didn't have any help. So I had like these they ran on belts, these big, I don't know what kind of material it is, these thick belts. So I had like a belt around my neck, like a yoke, like pulling these things, 50 feet into this container. Dude, almost broke my back. But yeah, I almost Well, that dude was bigger than me. I can't say I was going to whoop his ass, but I was going to do something. It got really, really close. And my mother, not my mother-in-law, and my wife were there because I was like, they were like trying to go somewhere, and I'm running out the door, and I'm like, stop the fucking car! I gotta jump in there, like we got to go. They're like disrespecting my mother-in-law and like just talking nasty stuff. I'm like, dude, Anyway, that's my storage story. Let's start a new podcast. Storage stories. Storage stories.
Hey, we might have some coming up soon, man. More I see.
God.
My
crap!
daughter-
I forgot. I was supposed to go. I'm supposed to leave. I got to go help my wife. I'll see you guys later.
Lore games.
Nerd
Nerd Den.
The black hole of conversation.
Later.
Bye, Doc. Oh,
I'm glad we got him in trouble.
I got a story for you guys if you want to hear it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well,
And then we'll go through. I'll show you this video because I would
Okay.
love to get a.
all right, well,
That's retailers.
it's kind of a weird. So, this afternoon I actually found a comic book company that I like. That's putting on stuff that I like. Titan Comics, and the second edition of their version of Savage Sword came out, and I wanted to get it. So. The only place I got it last time was like in a town. It was like up in DeLand, which is like about a half hour from here. I didn't feel like driving all the way up there just to buy a comic book. And there's like three comic book stores in my area, not including the ones in the flea market. So I go to the first one, World of Comics on Ridgewood Avenue. This is like a place that sells like a little bit of everything. They sell comic books. They sell books. Well, they sell old paperback novels. They sell role-playing game stuff, and like manga, old porno mags. I'm not sure who buys those, and honestly, the guy says, every time I talk to the guy, he says, I don't know why I keep these things around. I mean, who's going to buy them? But I guess he just keeps them out of like habit. There's gathering dust in the back. I guess once in a while, like some old pervert shows up and like buys like a copy of Hustler from like 1984. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So I walk in there, and this guy's got like 2 or 3 bookshelves full of like old paperback novels, real classic, trash literature. Well, today I walk in and they're completely bare. So I asked, hey, what happened to all your books? He says this guy walks in and just literally just cleaned out his entire book collection, every single copy he had. He just paid in cash, like Carl hauled them out in a box. So I said, all right, is he starting out with the store? No, he's selling them on eBay. Apparently, there are guys who do that. They will literally go from like used bookstore to used bookstore, and just like buy books in bulk and just like list them on eBay, and that's their living. I mean, they don't make a lot of money, but they sell.
I mean, you have it's a numbers game. I know a lot of people. In fact, I have a course on how to do it. I just never.
Well, I mean, so anyway, so I leave this place and I go to the next store. They don't have it. What I'm looking for. Apparently, apparently, Savage Sword of Conan #2 from Titan Comics. Every time they get it,
you're talking about the magazine, right?
Yeah, the magazine one.
The comics, like the comic itself, is like up to issue 10 or 11 right now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm reading that digitally because I just don't want to like clutter my house any more than it already is. But the magazine's awesome. I showed it to you I think I showed it to you a couple weeks ago. So I go to 3 comic book stores. The guys say, yeah, we have it, but every time we get it, it sells out. So apparently, there are good comics being made out there, and Titan Comics is doing it, and I'm a fan. Unfortunately, I can't get a copy now, and apparently, like, I asked the guy, can you order for me? Well, I have it on back order, but even my suppliers have it on back order. That's how high the demand is for this thing, for this book right now. And in the meantime, they can't ship the Marvel stuff for lower money. But so the final place I go to is in a nearby town. And Andrew, I want to ask you about this. So this guy who runs this place, he has like a weird business plan. So he says, yeah, I'm a subscription-based store. So what does that mean? Well, people subscribe. I only buy stuff that people subscribe to. They say to me, listen, I want to subscribe to this comic book, and every subscription I get, I buy. And
right.
Is that an actual?
Oh yeah. Well, comic book stores have what we refer to as a pull list, where somebody will come in and say, hey, I want to buy G.I. Joe, Transformers, X-Men, and Silver Surfer every month. So they go, okay, we're going to put you on a pull list for that. And then they will order the books. And when they come in, they put those particular titles aside for this person. And he comes in as often as he does and buys them. There was a store a couple years back that we were familiar with called Wild Pig. They were out of Pennsylvania, where they changed their entire business model. They were no longer carrying new comics for unsubscribers. They were carrying just graphic novels and trade paperbacks. But if you wanted G.I. Joe, Transformer, Silver Surfer, they would order it for you each week, and they would have it for you, but they would not order extra copies at all. So you couldn't walk in and say, oh, give me the latest issue of X-Men. If it wasn't on your subscription, it wasn't put aside for you, they did not carry it. They didn't have it.
So anyway, so that was this place.
Yeah. There's a lot of stores that do that because they base the number of comics they order for each title based on how many people they know are going to buy it and sell it to. And if you got 25 people for X-Men, you're not going to order 50 copies because you're just going to sit on 25. So they'll order only the 25. So that's not uncommon. Like Coliseum, the comic store that we have here in town, they're a big chain. So they order shit tons of everything. But there's a lot of smaller stores that will only order what people want. So it's not uncommon.
All right. Well, so the short version is that I get back home and I spend the hour before coming on here. Like, I've got way too much shit in my house. I need to purge. So I am now going to spend probably a few minutes every day, just like putting pretty much most of my massive collection of paperbacks that I never read anymore, and be putting them online. I doubt even we're going to sell because we're talking about some really obscure titles and they're not all in very good condition. But they sell. Great. It frees up space and it's a little extra money in my pocket. And the thing is, I noticed that a lot of the books that are selling, the shipping costs more than the actual book. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's interesting.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's just, this thing though. It's like there's people who that's how they make their living on eBay. It's it's like those guys who will go to, you were talking about this earlier. They go to storage auctions, and they'll bid on whatever. And what do they do with that? What do they do with all that stuff? Well, they they go home, they take what they want, if they anything, and the rest of it is put on eBay. And they don't make a lot of money, but maybe you'll get lucky.
Okay.
Sorry. So that's my story for the week. Unless you want me to talk more about my upcoming book now, and I don't think you really do.
No, it is good. That was actually a really good story, man. Thank you for sharing. I got something here. Okay. So this is something I'm really curious to get Andrew's impression. Andrew, are you still there? Because you just dipped out on your camera. And he muted himself.
I'm just getting something out of a box behind me. I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay.
I'll be right
Go
back.
away, Baton.
So this guy, he's well known in the crypto space. It's fine, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's in Dubai. This is a comic shop in Dubai, I believe. It's in Dubai. And they're going to look for a $6 million book. And so we're going to look at his book collection. And you can see he has it looks like a vault. It's weird. It looks like a big vault, but it also doesn't look like a real vault to me. I don't know. I don't totally understand. It's a very large, see, that's I don't know. It's a vault. And so we're going to look at some of his comics here.
It looks more like a vault door, not a vault itself,
Right. It looks like a vault door. Right. It looks like a door. It's got some, it's a door. They don't have any, there's no lock there. It's not a real
that's made to look like a vault door.
Yeah, it's a comic shop. So what I want to do, Andrew, is I want you to MK says LOL, it's wood. It is, it's totally wood, but I do like it. It actually is kind of cool. It's in a comic shop. But everything that's in this room is his most valuable stuff. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
And I want to play some of it. Hopefully, we don't get struck. This is commentary, so we should be okay. But you're gonna enjoy this. So we're gonna pause it when he shows, because he shows like a whole bunch of books, and I want to sort of get your reaction. Okay, here we go.
For sure, I'll get these two. So this is Superman number 1. This is the one Andrew saw.
Yeah.
Okay. A recent copy of Superman number 1 sold for about $5.6 million.
Wow.
And this is history, by the way. It's 1939.
Wow.
By
It's
the
older
way,
than my grand.
So notice that it has NG for no grade.
which
right?
means no grade, right? Yeah.
And what people were saying in the comments, just to set this whole video up, what people were saying in the comments was that it's no grade because it actually, I believe later you can read the sticker, and I believe this is a photocopy cover on the book.
Right. Right.
Meaning it's not really. So what does NG mean for no grade? MK is kind of asking about that.
That literally means there's not enough of the comic there to actually consider it an actual comic. I mean, if the cover was ripped in half, but all the pages were there, it would still have a grade. But it's technically they do. There's another. You can actually, and there are people out there that do this. They'll have an original, like very rare comic, but it's like missing the cover. So what they'll do is they'll literally cut out each page and send each page in to be graded.
He has one
And
of those, yeah.
Instead of NG, it says PG. Or I think you can do the same thing with a cover. I think it's CV or something like that. But you can have them graded, but not have an official grade because it's not a complete comic.
Now, what's funny is later in the video when he takes it out, he obviously tries to cover the grade with his thumb.
Right.
So you can't see it. He doesn't know that the cameraman right now is like zooming in. But we're gonna keep watching.
This is my Superman collection. So all of these books are minimum starting $5,000, $10,000, and you name it. Like for example, I have this book signed by Michael Keaton. If you gave me $100,000, I'm not gonna sell it because of the grade.
Yeah.
That's
First off, that's not a hard to find comic. It's not a hard to find. It's not like a very rare thing.
No.
And I hate to say it, but as long as Michael Keaton is still alive and well, anybody can get his signature. That's not $100,000 book.
No.
That's maybe a $4,000 book. And if Michael Keaton died, it would be a $20,000 book, maybe.
What's that book really worth? Look it up.
Okay.
Okay, we were collecting comics in the 90s or 80, whatever that book came out.
Yeah.
And we all have it. We all bought that Batman adaptation of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We all bought it. Everybody bought that comic.
I knew this was gonna be good fodder, bro. The MK says, but bro, signed by Michael Keaton.
So maybe his signature's worth $20.
Yeah, maybe $100. Like,
It's
come on.
it's not like he's Stan Lee and dead. You know what I mean? I mean, I hate to say it that way, but
I like Michael Keaton. I like him, but that's not $100,000 book. That's maybe $100 book.
Batman, the 1989
says
movie adaptation.
MK says I'm totally rich according to this guy.
All right, hold on a second. That's not right.
That X Factor, you can find that book in dollar bins.
Yeah, wait. It just gets better, man.
That's the Batman movie.
Adaptation.
Yep, 1989.
Well, there was-
MK says, hush, Avery, you're ruining my dreams.
Well, guys, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Comics are worth what people will pay for.
No, don't give me that bullshit. What does the guy
No,
say
no.
about a 9.8? Do your
This is-
job.
This is showing there's a listing as a hardcover. I don't know.
That's not a hardcover.
That's not a hardcover.
Mm-mm.
That cover is the only one that deluxe edition. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Deluxe edition. It's coming up as a hardcover. Originally priced $19.99, and you can get it on Amazon right now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Now I see the trade paperback version.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know. Okay. A 9.8. It says raw
$3.50. Same.
The raw value is $22.50. There is no graded value.
It's
So
worth
there
how
must
much?
not be $22.50
So it's worthless.
raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's $100,000.
So you're going to pay $100,000 for Michael Keaton's signature.
Yeah. It's a completely worthless book.
And is there a certificate of authenticity to verify that's his signature?
Right.
If there was, it's not included in the slab because they don't include extra stuff like that.
Okay. Here we
But
go.
it is a
Wait.
yellow label, which means it's signature verified.
We can do this one video for like a week. I love it, dude. It's so this guy.
So
Okay,
it's realistically that tops. That's $100 comic tops.
Well, I don't know. How much does
Yeah, but this
Michael
is the first book.
Keaton? You know what came up in Google? It says how much does Michael Keaton, and the next word was weigh. People are out there actually Googling how much does Michael Keaton weigh. How much does Michael Keaton charge? Okay. A CGC private signing fee for Michael Keaton is $550 per item and includes Michael Keaton's signature, estimated turnaround time 6 weeks, estimated turnaround time 8 weeks. So he literally bought this $3, $5 comic, sent it to CGC. They had Michael Keaton sign it, and he paid $550, and he wants $100,000.
Okay.
Okay. It's a $500 comic.
Let's keep going. You ready?
Well, $550 for Michael Keaton's signature. If I had an extra $550 on me and a really good Michael Keaton item that I'd want signed, I'd do
That
it.
might be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a young man. He's not going to be with us forever, but he's still around and you can get his signature.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready for more? I'm just telling you, you're doing your business wrong, Andrew. Okay, hold on.
Obviously.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Now I have another book here, which is this one, signed by the creator of Captain America. You give me $1 million, I'm not gonna sell this book.
Yeah.
It's not about the money; it's about getting it again.
But it's only a 2.
Yeah, but exactly, it doesn't matter. It's signed by the creator.
Yeah. So
Wait, like,
All right. Which issue is that?
is Captain America
2.
20 something? Is that the number up there? 20 something?
Hold on. No. Hold on a second.
Yeah, but exactly.
Oh, I can't see that.
I'm looking at Captain America number 20.
29.
29. All right.
I think that's it.
Hold on a second. Let me look if that's the cover.
Yep, that's MK caught it. MK caught it. I was gonna show it. The creator. I mean, granted, I love Joe Simon. I've met Joe Simon. I had Joe Simon kind of like check out some of my early work. Joe Simon is the yes, he's the creator, but I love Joe Simon, but Joe Simon is not Stan Lee. It's also a 2.0 book.
Kirby.
Right.
All right, I'm going.
Stan Lee didn't create Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1943 Captain America comics from Timely Comics from 1943. Let's see, signature series. Well, shit, it's not showing any signature series. Oh, that's not CGC. That's a different company.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably CBCS or whatever. I don't have access.
Just go look at number 29. What is a 2.0? Because again, it's only signed by Joe Simon.
Yeah.
I love Joe Simon, but Joe Simon doesn't bring in money.
Well, there's CGC
Mm-hmm.
shows there are 54 of these books graded.
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are 2.0s or less. So the
Uh-huh.
majority of them are the highest grade they have is a 9.2.
There. Thank you, MK. You're faster than Andrew, the comic shop owner. 2.0 is $1,100.
I was getting there.
So maybe with the signature, 1,500, maybe fair value.
2.0 is showing on CB on comicpriceguide.com. It's showing a 2.0 at $400.
Okay. So let's just say let's just give benefit of the doubt and say $1,500.
So who's the signature on that one?
Joe Simon.
Okay.
But we'll look at this.
Signed by the creator of Captain America. You give me $1 million, I'm not gonna sell this book.
Yeah,
It's not about the money. It's about getting it again.
but it's only a 2.
Yeah, but exactly. It doesn't matter. It's signed by the creator.
Ah, yeah. So some of these,
Joe Simon.
Wow.
It's $1 million. Okay.
That's $1,000 book tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
are low.
It's a
grade,
nice
but
book
they-
to have in your collection. Signed by
Yeah.
Joe Simon. That's great, but
I
it's
would
not
love
$1 million book.
But he wouldn't sell it even for $1 million. Wait until you see what's in the box.
Okay.
Wait until you see what's in the box.
Yeah, but they're rare.
They're very rare. Like this is signed by King Kirby, Jack Kirby.
Who's that?
Jack Kirby is the guy who created Spider-Man, created the Avengers, created
Yeah.
with Stan Lee.
You have to speak.
And that's
Wait a
it.
minute. Jack Kirby did not create Spider-Man.
No, we know it's Steve.
No, he passed. They passed on Kirby's design. It's Ditko. And
I also
Stan Lee.
don't see his signature on that book, but that's okay. Avengers #1, 3.5. I don't really see his signature, but that's okay. It's still an Avengers.
Well, it's got a
#1.
gold label, so I'm assuming it's got somebody's signature on it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
If this is in
To me,
Dubai, if this guy's operating in Dubai, he's in a place where there are a lot of rich people who don't really know anything. So
That's right.
when it comes to comic books,
That's
so
exactly who the
So,
market.
so what is he asking for that one? Does it
I'm
say?
5 years old because
Okay.
I know crypto,
Yeah.
but I do not know comics.
So this is a 9.8. Captain America punching Hitler in German. A guy offered me $1 million for this, by the way.
Really?
They had to change it. Yeah.
Yeah,
In German. It's a German reprint. Look how sharp that book is.
it looks like a window.
I mean-
Yeah.
Dem Kämpfe für die Freiheit.
Den Kämpfer für die
Stanley signed it. Okay, it is a 9.8. Okay,
Yeah.
but at the bottom,
Freiheit.
What does it say here?
hold on. At the bottom, look at that. Marvel what? First edition? First spoil edition?
Oh, geez. It's a facsimile reprint of it.
Facsimile edition, bro.
Yeah.
It's a facsimile.
It's one of the
This is
facsimile.
This is the creator of Iron Man, signed by Elon Musk. It's a facsimile edition, 9.8.
Yeah, it's worth about $50 because that's what he was charging for signatures at that time.
Wait,
Looks like a window.
Yeah.
Dem Kämpfe für die Freiheit.
it's
Den
60th
Kämpfer für die
anniversary.
Freiheit.
What does it say here?
Experience Captain America's fight against the Nazis.
Can you say it in German?
Erlebt Captain Amerikas heldenhaften Kampf gegen die Nazis.
Now these books here, this is a Superman #7. You see, it's only a 0.5. Actually, it's very bad quality, very bad.
Yeah,
But it's worth how much?
Very
you think?
bad. Very bad.
$100,000.
No, it's not that much. It's about $20,000.
Still,
$20,000.
Superman 7, is that what he said? I gotta look.
Yeah, as a point, it wasn't like 0.2,
A 0.5.
0.5.
0.5.
Let's see here. Do a 0.5 guides for $320. And how much did he say? 25,000?
20,000.
20,000.
20,000.
Yeah, sure.
He talked about. I was like, no, it's not worth. Come on, it's not worth 100,000. It's 20,000.
Actually,
The
it's
thing
very
is,
bad
though, in that
quality.
part of the world, that's probably the only copy anywhere.
Yeah, maybe.
Very bad.
Yeah.
But it's worth how much you think?
$100,000.
No, it's not that much. It's about $20,000.
Still a lot. What is in here?
Ah,
Oh, here we go. What do you think is in the box? I will give you. You should. So you see what this guy has. What
It's
is
the-
in the box?
It's the
Detective
Marvel.
Comics.
It's the Marvel Milestone reprint of Fantastic Four, signed by Rob Liefeld, and he wants $2.2 million for it.
Okay, great guess. Avery.
Detective Comics. The first appearance of Batman.
Okay.
A reproduction, though.
MK says Drew is planning to move his shop to the UAE. MK says Death of Superman or Death in the Family.
Okay.
Oh, good guesses. Good guesses.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
that's Superman. Death of Superman signed by the creator.
Boom! Oh, perfect.
Signed by who?
MK nailed it. Death of Superman. Wait, I can't believe you got that, bro. All right, wait. Listen to this. It's a you put it in a box.
Still a lot. What is in here?
Ah, that's Superman. Death of Superman signed by the creator of Superman.
So Death of
What?
Signed by
Signed
the
by who?
creator.
Signed by Joe Schuster.
Jerry. Yeah, I think it is signed. It says Jerry Siegel up there.
He was dead by the time that came out. I think so. I mean, I remember buying that comic in the '90s when I was a kid.
He's dead.
I
I
mean,
think
he
he
was-
might have been dead.
I think he was dead.
Yeah, and well, you notice that it's actually not graded and authentic.
Look it up. You'd have to look up when he died, when that book came out.
Yeah, when did Jerry Siegel die, Andrew?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he died in 1992. Yeah, Joe Schuster died in '92.
Well, this is Jerry Siegel.
Oh, Jerry Siegel.
January 1996.
Oh, so he might have signed it.
When did Death of Superman come out?
Hold on. 93.
Okay, so he
So
might have
it's
signed it.
possible.
November 92. Yeah.
It's plausible. The problem, of course, is that it's not graded and
Signature verified and so forth.
signature verified. And even if it was, you know,
So I have a question. Is this guy just a bullshit artist, or does he really think
Yes.
he has?
no, he's totally a bullshit artist.
I mean, because
Let me ask you this: how much? So I don't. I'm sure he's going to give a price. I don't remember what it was. What do you think? What do you think the Death of Superman with Jerry Siegel is worth in Dubai?
And this guy in Dubai, in this guy's eyes and his bullshit, $1 million, $2 million.
Well, I'd pay $100 for it, so multiply that by 100, so at least 100,000.
I mean, well, on
Well,
eBay,
100 times 100 is not 100,000, but okay.
I'm seeing this. I'm
Mr.
seeing-
Calculus.
Guys, I'm seeing this comic on eBay right now for $5,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So signed by Jerry Siegel is 5,000.
Well, no, not signed. Just like a someone selling a first edition Death of Superman. I'll send you the link.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
is,
that people do that all the time with comics. Though. That doesn't mean anybody's
They
buying
can
it.
list it for whatever amount. It's what people are paying for it.
I will
Nobody's
say this
paying
is
$5,000.
this says number 361 out of 1,000 or something. So this is signed. So, but let's see what he says.
Superman. What does that mean? Like,
Is the comic book where he died in?
oh, and then he's over.
No, he came back to life, obviously, but they killed him in that book.
So how much is this one worth?
This is about $10,000.
What?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
MK says 6 million.
$500 million.
That would be 100 times $100 is 10,000.
Yes. Not. But you said 100,000. So you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah,
I have two of these.
that's
So
dramatic cover.
Because there's a
this
thousand
one
of them out
has
there.
Carrie Fisher
Mhm.
and David Prowse. Carrie Fisher, was Princess Leia. She already died.
Mhm.
And a guy came in. He's like, "Rashid, I want to buy this book. How much?" At that time, about 3 years ago, it was 50,000 dirhams. I'm like, I do really
18 grand.
wanted. He's like,
Pictures?
yeah. I'm like, there's only 9.8 available. He's like, Rashid, I'm gonna think about it. I'm like, dude, let me give you brotherly advice. Carrie's already is dead. Dave Prowse might die any day. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll think about it. Leaves 3 days later. Dave Prowse dies. Comes back, Rash, can I buy the book? I'm like, yeah, but now it's worth 150,000.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
MK says he was close to honest.
Whatever you do, don't tell him George Perez is dead.
Oh, I know. Wait, hold on. Let's see.
I was begging people to buy this book. I had 5 copies signed by their actor for Darkseid and the director. And he never signs. So I told one of my friends, I'm like, dude, buy it. How much? I'm like, it cost me 1,000 dirhams. Take it. Take it for the same price. But pay for for this, let it go and come back. You know how much this book is worth today?
No.
There are only 5 in the world. And for some reason, alhamdulillah, I got them all back as a 9.8 after grading. $20,000. I sold one.
Well, good for you, you shyster.
MK says this is so good. Thank you for this.
Man.
Dude, we're only halfway through the video, man. Oh,
This is insane.
$20,000, bro. Oh God. For the Justice League book. Because it has 2 signatures on it. Okay. Well, let's see.
And neither one of
Crazy.
them have anything to do with the comic book itself.
No, nothing. Of course not. No.
Yeah.
No, it's more valuable that way.
Less than 4 months.
From what year?
It's brand new, but this signature, he doesn't sign. The director, Zack Snyder, doesn't sign. And so every time
He doesn't sign. So here's the signed book.
I send a book like this, I give 10% of it, that's my promise to him,
Yeah.
to charity.
By the way, what does
He promised Zack Snyder that he would give 10% to charity.
Hey,
Signing this book. Zack Snyder never signs book, but he signs my book. And the trade-off for him signing my book was I promise I give 10% to charity.
hey, Todd, can you click the link I just sent you? Yeah. Sorry, it's so big.
No, it's okay. Oh yeah, the Death of Superman first edition, $5,000.
Yeah, and there's I think there's someone there who's like selling it for like, I saw another one for like someone who's asked for like $9,000 for a first edition print.
It's so not worth it at all.
People can sell it for any amount they want on eBay. It's what people are buying them for. Nobody's buying that book for $5,000 or $9,000. So
But for you, special price today.
that's right. That's right.
I will say this is like master anchor pricing. Like if you say, well, it was $297, and then the actor died, and now it's worth $20,000. But for you today, $700. All of a sudden, it sounds like a deal.
Todd, you and I have been in stores where we've looked around. Matter of fact, we did it. Oh, no, you weren't with me for that one. No, you weren't with me. It was Ray and Mike that were with me. We went to a comic book shop in New York that was like on like the 3rd floor and had been in the neighborhood for forever. And I'm looking around, and I saw something that caught my eye, and I asked the guy how much, and he quoted me a price, and I immediately said to myself, this guy is full of shit. We're leaving. I'm not going to ask him about it. And he's like, wait, there's other stuff. And I don't care. It doesn't really matter. You're so full of crap.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask about anything else. I mean,
No, these books are terrible. I love the one where it's like the facsimile edition. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else he's got.
Darth Vader say to Luke?
I'm your father.
What's the full line?
This is the
I am your father.
Yeah.
Even the actor.
Only 9 money.
Yeah, but they look like they're new, right?
They're new, but it's signed by the actor, the writer, and the creator.
Okay. Then.
Only 9.8. There were 2.
isn't the writer and the
actually
creator the same person?
Bought 2. One for Ahmed bin Sulayem of the MCC and one for myself.
Do you know something there's only one of? This.
Not everybody can be Carl Moon, right?
Yeah. One of one.
I have this. This is a 1 of 1.
Yeah.
No one ever has this.
101. You ready to see the 101?
Sure.
Super special. Andrew, you're gonna want this 101.
Okay.
In their life. It was made and done specially for me by Bob Layton, who co-created Iron Man, and it's signed by Brandon Routh, the Superman actor.
Sure.
It's signed by Sam De La Rosa, who did Venom, and signed by Warren Lau.
This is your
It's a sketch cover.
Yeah, I know, but none of those people, other than Brandon Routh, who is in one Superman movie, and it's probably the most panned of all of them. Whatever.
Is it getting to you?
No, it's just BS coming out of his mouth, and it's starting to like irritate my ears. You know.
All right. Wait. It was then signed by my dad, and then his cousin.
There is a comic out there. And the guy put it on eBay. It has a whole bunch of. It was a blank cover for Spider-Man, and it has a bunch of signatures of people that were involved with Spider-Man. Maybe not that issue, but then it also has a sketch, a Spider-Man, right in the middle, by me. Has absolutely nothing to do with it. But
$25,000.
At least.
All right, hold on.
personal collection.
A lot of stuff is for sale, but some things are not for sale. Like you'll have to arm twist me. Like I'll sell that, but I won't sell this. The Captain America, because it's very hard to get it back. You know what I mean? I will not sell this. It's impossible to get a 9.8 Michael Keaton. It's impossible. On this side of the place, I have.
Impossible? Really?
It's impossible.
Okay.
Wait.
This is one page from Captain America #3. This by itself is worth $10,000.
Wow.
No. No. Nobody is paying $10,000 for a single page from Captain America #3. No. You need to invest in AI because obviously you think AI is going to take over the world and it's very smart. Why, he's got Pops in there. Oh my God, he's got Pops inside his Volt collection.
We're getting there.
Fuck you, dude.
Ultra rare Pops.
One page. MK says one page. It's literally a 101.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's an episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon's trying to make money to build like a collider, and he needs like a whole bunch of millions of dollars, and he brings his comic book collection to the comic book store and offers it to the comic book guy, and he tells him how much money he needs, and he says, well, do you have that first printing of Superman printed on the real skin of Superman? That's the only way you're going to get it, you know? This ain't it.
10,000 for one page, bro. And, well, here's the crazy thing.
No.
The guy has a really nice shop in Dubai, which means he actually does sell this crap.
I need a lockbox room to display my very expensive things that I will never sell to anybody because they're never going to be able to meet that price.
Andrew, I would bet if you opened up a shop in Dubai, you could take your quarter bin and sell everything for like $2.
He could sell them all for like $100 each.
$100 each. Okay, well let's.
His $100 bin would be a bargain in Dubai.
All right, hold on, let's see.
One page.
Why?
Because it's a page from Captain America #3.
#3 meaning the third that ever came out.
Third ever comic book.
So this is the worst grading possible.
No. Worst grading possible is 0.1. We saw it there.
0.1. Can I see
Yeah.
a 0.1?
Yeah, it's there. That's the worst grading
I
possible.
want to see the worst possible.
Do we have a 0.1? I've seen a 0.1 somewhere.
Here.
Oh, there you go. That one.
Oh wow.
It's a Batman 0.1. Yeah, but that's worth $10,000.
Can we see
Really?
the condition?
Yeah, it's very.
Point
No,
one. Point one.
No. It's not. That's not $10,000.
Point one. Batman
No,
#12.
I don't think comicpriceguide.com goes down to 0.1. They do
What's
point.
what's the lowest Batman number 12?
There's a hole in the cover. How is that worth $10,000?
It's not.
not.
This guy, I love this guy. He's fucking horrible.
Well, like
I would have been running out of that store by now, you know?
How is this guy's life not threatened? Like, can you imagine spending like $50,000 and then a couple years later realizing it's worth like $200?
A 0.5
Uh-huh.
on comicpriceguide.com is $300.
A 0.5 is $300. This is a 0.1.
Yeah. 0.1. Yeah.
So how much would you think? Like $100?
$50 to $100.
Yeah.
well,
And he wants how much?
What did he say? 10,000?
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. $10,000.
You know he's talking to somebody who knows nothing about comics and is just blown away at how awesome this is, you know?
Half the people that come in are probably like that.
Well,
They get
like I
drunk.
said-
I assume they're drunk. I don't know how sober you would have to be to buy this.
Well, dude,
Well,
remember,
you can't be drunk in public there. They'll throw you in jail.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
well, keep in mind he's in a city that's full of people with way too much money and too little sense.
Hmm.
So they probably have no idea what he's talking about. But comics are hot right now, so they have all that oil money and crypto money and influencer money.
Batman number 12. He comments, Joker appearance, first mention of a secret underground hangar which becomes the Batcave. Don Cameron and Bill Finger stories, Bob Kane and Jack Burnley on art, Jerry Robinson cover and art. There are 188 of these graded by CGC, and the majority are between 2.5 and 7.0. The highest grade is a 9.4. The lowest grade, there's 3.5s. That's not a $10,000 book, period. And it's CBCS, so...
So there's a couple more. I want to show you just a couple more, and then we'll call it. But
$10,000, wow.
Yeah, it's very bad condition.
So this is worth $10,000.
Easy.
That's crazy.
easy.
Here we have all the signed stuff.
By the
by
way,
the
just so you
celebrities.
know,
This-
based on comicpriceguide.com, a 9.2 is worth 8.8 thousand.
So he's charging more for a 0.1 than like a 9.2,
Right.
like a damn near perfect book. MK says we must see the $6 million book. Yeah, I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Hold
This
on.
is very special. This is signed by Robert Downey Jr., the actor.
Who
And look at
cares?
what Bob Layton did for me. He drew on it.
That's
This is
Because he's well
I
known
have
as being
five
an
of these,
artist.
bro. And one of the sheikhs made me sell him one for 27,000 dirhams.
okay.
This man is very, very ugly in what he does.
All these are signed by Stanley. This is signed by Cap.
This is Stanley.
Stanley signed by Stanley, yeah. That's before he died.
Yeah.
He was signed it before he died.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the signature
he does
after
have-
he died isn't as
he
good
has
as the signature
five.
before.
No, he has 5 that were signed by Stanley after he died. Very rare.
Those are the rare ones. Yeah.
Very rare.
That's worth about 10,000 dirhams.
I can imagine. Yeah.
That is original art by Bob Layton. The original one of that sold for $1 million up there on the left. But Bob is such a piece of shit. He's like, you can't sell it until I don't die. So he made me this, but yeah, I can't sell it.
Until he died.
He made him what?
He says he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's worth about 10,000 dirhams.
I can imagine. Yeah.
That is original art by Bob Layton.
So he's saying
Okay.
that is original art by Bob Layton.
Okay. But he said something else in there, like he made it for
now
him.
Just pay attention. You notice that it has the Iron Man logo. It has a Marvel Comics group. Everything is on there. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
We understand
That's-
that is That
That's
he's
the paste up thing.
Wait,
No, this is a recreation.
boy, this is what he's saying.
The original one of that sold for $1 million up there on the left.
Yeah, the
But
original.
Bob is such a
Yeah, but Bob is such a piece of shit.
piece of shit. He's like, you can't sell it until I don't die. So he made me this, but yeah, I can't sell it.
Until he dies.
Made
Yeah,
him
he said,
that.
until I die, don't sell it. This is every.
So it's a recreation, maybe.
Recreation that he made.
Now, did he really redraw the whole top logo and everything? Maybe.
Sure. Yeah, they do that. They
It's a
will do that.
recreation, yeah.
Yeah.
Batman actor who ever played. Signed. Took me 10 years to collect.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let me, because I know we don't care about this shit. Okay, here we go.
So then you can hold it and say, I'm your.
And if I send you $6 million worth of Bitcoin, you would sell it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. This is the original prop from Star Wars, the movie. So then you can hold it.
The original prop.
That's one
Really?
of those things made by like the reproductions you
original
buy.
recreation prop. It's not the original prop. It's not the prop. Look how mint condition it
And
is.
say, I'm your father. You know?
Yeah.
I am your father. That is cool. So from the movie.
Yeah. I
That's
bought this at that time for about $5,000. I don't know what it's worth now.
cool. And you don't.
That's a collectible recreation made by like Sideshow or somebody.
Yeah,
And you see that shield that's stuck into the wall? That's
Uh-huh.
the original shield from the movie. And Chris Evans actually threw it at the wall and made it stick there.
Yep.
He
Okay,
jacked
hold
And
on.
off on
it's
it.
not for sale. It's
We're
not
almost
for
there. We're
sale.
about to check out the $6 million book. Here
Take it
goes.
out often, do you?
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't. Oops.
5.3 million. You can actually get 2 or 3 Bugattis.
Carl, grab it.
And he's
That is
impressed.
incredible.
Look now, like notice that
That's a
he's
weird way to
covering-
hold it. Yeah.
Notice that he's covering the grade, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing there. That is not the real cover.
CGC conserved grade. Okay.
People in the comments said, people, bro's pulling pieces straight out of his ass. That Batman movie comic, I have 8 copies. I paid 50 cents a piece. That Superman #1 that sold for $6 million was a near mint copy. His has a reproduction cover and is incomplete. It's still valuable, but not $6 million.
hmm
Yeah.
Here, let's see.
It's so crazy. How can something made of paper be 5 million? But it's all about
Because-
rarity.
Hmm?
NG.
Yeah, it means it's
Yeah.
not graded.
Oh, all right. Never mind then. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No, you're good. It's not graded, so it's not like there's not enough of it there to be graded, basically.
History.
History.
See, it says here. It's from 1939.
Hmm.
Conservation includes peaches reattached to interior, centerfold reinforced, something else reinforced, cover and first wrap.
This is the first.
Cover. Let's see. Wait.
NG, this label stands for no grade and is assigned to comics that are either missing the entire cover or half or more of the interior pages or both.
Pieces reattached to interior, interior reinforced, centerfold reinforced, cover and first wrap are color copies. Incomplete.
This is basically an overpriced wall hanger.
It is fake. There are pieces in there that are from Superman #1, so it did get the grade. It did get the thing, but most of it is a fake to make it look like it's a great condition book, so he can sell it for a lot of money. The first wrap are color copies. The cover is a color photocopy,
Wow.
and that's why it doesn't have a grade. Interior are just brittle pages.
This is the first Superman #1. So that book is worth more than this. But this is not the most expensive book I have, by the way.
No, really?
Yeah, I have another one at home,
Yeah.
which is signed. It's an Action Comics 44, signed by both the creators of Superman. Only one in the world.
And I'm guessing the creators are Jack Kirby and Stan Lee.
Yeah. Superman 44, signed by both creators, is going to be worth more than Action Comics #1. I mean, technically, it's true that it probably is worth more than that book right there.
Lots of stuff on that shelf is worth more than that book right there.
Well, the Michael Keaton, dude. Come on.
How much?
I don't know what that's worth. It's more than this for sure.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is now a car from the moon has been drinking from.
Okay, so we give it from me to you.
Oh, really?
So you can put it in your office, okay?
He gave it to him. He gave it to him. He gave him the .1.
Really?
Yes.
Nice, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna put it behind me when I make my videos.
100%.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Nice, bro.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
That's cool.
That is something cool to have on your shelf, but it's not worth as much as he was telling you.
Yeah. MK says the Funko Pop off the shelf is worth more.
Hey, Andrew, can I ask you a really dumb question?
Sure.
Someone who's still a bit of a comic neophyte, who's still very much a comic neophyte. So, if someone were able to say get his hands on some newsprint dating from the 1930s, or that was indistinguishable from the 1930s, was able to get his hands on ink that was indistinct. Christopher Floyd? Who the hell is Christopher Floyd? So
we'll see in a second.
So if someone was able to get his hands on like some old newsprint, some ink dating from like the 1930s, and was able to basically generate a perfect forgery or near perfect forgery of, say, Superman #1. You know, using vintage paper, inks that were as close as possible to the original ones they were using. Trying to mimic the original process as much as possible. Would they be able to get away with it? I
have no idea. I don't deal in high-end forgeries. I have no idea.
But the thing is that with comics, would there actually be testing to verify that it is what they say it is, as people do with high-end paintings?
From what I understand, CGC does test some books for pH balance to see if the covers have been altered, like colored or added to. I have no idea what's involved in that though.
Because I'm thinking that because there's probably high-res scans of the original, of some of these books, every page by page. So theoretically, if someone was willing to invest the time and money in the right equipment, materials, etc., what's to stop them from producing a forgery that's as close as possible to the real thing, and then claiming that, oh yeah, I found it in my grandfather's chest in the attic or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think it could be done. I don't think anybody has the time to do that. But if somebody wants to give it a shot, but
if a book's
I don't think it's happening.
The book's selling for $10 million.
Oh, well,
maybe. Let's see what else. I'm curious what this other guy.
That's amazing.
And look at what it was worth at that time. Only 10 cents.
10 cents here.
So this is for sale?
So
I give you 15.
Oh, is that the Back to the Future shoe?
It doesn't look like it, but it might be.
Hold on.
The scientist, no?
The scientist.
Yeah, in Back to the Future, the old man.
Ah. So it's the shoe from the movie.
Yeah, this is apparently from the movie.
The shoe from the movie was so much cooler looking than that piece of shit.
Okay, so a couple years ago, and I know this, and I don't know if this is what this is, but a couple years ago, Nike did make the shoe from the movie as a collectible. That is not from the movie. Look how brand new that is. That is not from the movie. It is from the movie. It is not the actual shoes in the movie.
Right. Yeah, they did make them.
Back to the Future, the old scientist guy was walking around.
I think this is what it is.
This is the shoe which Michael J. Fox was wearing.
So how much is this worth?
I saw some stuff on the internet. Some stuff was $600,000, $700,000.
$600,000
Yeah,
for a pair of shoes.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Not worth it. Are they used or no?
He's smelling it because it smells brand new. And maybe Christopher Lloyd signed it. I don't know.
Maybe they are. All right, man.
Thank you, bro. Gifts.
Yeah, those shoes,
Very.
that exact pair of shoes with the yellow on the bottom.
Yeah.
You can buy them right now for $99.
Yeah.
How much?
But they're
Christopher
signed. That
Lloyd-
was signed by probably Christopher Floyd, not Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Floyd.
How much does?
Very expensive comic book as a gift.
That's insane.
That is insane, actually. Okay, let's go back to the office, I guess.
All right, so he's going to drive back to his office. Let's see where he puts it.
Autographs from Lloyd can be purchased for $120. A premium autograph, like for a poster or a Funko Pop, can be purchased for $140. And a premium bulky autograph, hoverjet, etc. Hoverboard, jacket, etc. About $140 to have Christopher Lloyd sign something
That works.
on a $100 pair of shoes that he's going to sell for $600,000.
There you go.
Love it.
He's going to put it right on his thing. he's gonna put it right on his shelf. That .1. Oh,
Well, you guys want to see a couple of CGC books?
sure. Let me get out of here.
Yeah,
Was
please
that
do.
worth it? I think that was totally worth it.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
In case that the Funko Pop was worth more than that. Yeah, there's a lot of man. Hey man, he's in Dubai. He's making money.
Yep.
Would have been awesome if he put it in the bathroom. Well, I wonder. I haven't seen any of his new videos because I don't really watch the guy, but I wonder if it's still in the background. I wonder if he took it down.
All right. Well, we're already over 2 hours, so are you ready to wrap up?
Well, did you want to?
I did, but you're just sitting there,
Where is it?
staring off into the distance.
I'm waiting for you to share something.
Oh, well, then I'm waiting for you to spotlight me so I can share.
Oh God, Andrew.
We've never done this before. This is something completely new that we've never done before. This is just a small stack of new books that I got.
Clean your floor.
The first one is Wonder Woman number 277 from 1981. It's a 9.4. It's actually got a really pretty cover with Wonder Woman and a bunch of snakes.
$700,000. There's only one.
700,000. That's right. That's what it's going for. This is one that I actually really, really like. This is Marvel Spotlight, Son of Satan, issue number 24 from 1975. Gil Kane, Tom Palmer, and John Romita cover. This is an awesome looking cover.
Yeah, that's badass.
With him fighting his sister. Supposedly it's the first appearance of somebody, and it's like a $130 book, but I've only got it at $75 for a 9.2, so I got it at a good price.
That's awesome.
So, but now the price is going up.
You just multiply times 100.
Number 100, yeah. This is I've sold several of
Oh,
these.
I love that book.
Terminator number 1 is a 9.6 copy. It's a good book. It's like a $50 book.
$5,000, you mean?
Yeah, this is the Further Adventures of Indiana Jones number 1.
Oh,
This is not a great cover, but if you're an Indiana Jones fan, you might like it. It's a Terry Austin cover. John
like
Byrne-
he drew it. He didn't ink. He didn't just ink it. He drew it.
Yeah, John Byrne did the interior and the story.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. I got this. I have another copy. This is G.I. Joe number 4. This is a 9.0 copy. I have a 9.6 that's in my own personal collection, but it's kind of cool. This is another one of the Marvel Spotlights. This is actually the issue before that issue I just showed you. This is issue number 23. It's a 9.2 copy, and it's got Son of Satan on it.
That's awesome.
Very
Man,
cool.
these Son of Satan books are great.
Oh, yeah. And this was one. These are two that I got in a lot of just two books. This is 52, number 11 from 2006. It's week 11. It's the first full appearance of Katie Kane as Batwoman, and has a really nice, what's his name? J.G. Jones cover
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
with Batwoman in it. And it's a
A
9.6.
little hard to
copy.
make out, but I kind of see it. Yeah. There she
You got
is.
her. You got her and a werewolf behind her, and
Oh, I see. Yeah.
people pointing guns
That's
at her.
pretty cool. Yeah.
And then the other one I got is a 9.2 copy of Daredevil number 111 from 2008. This is the Terry Dodson variant, and it's the first appearance of Lady Bullseye.
Wow.
And it's a 9.2, so it's not bad. But it is her first appearance, and she does look kind of hot in this. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
remember that.
Small stack of new ones coming to the store, but new nonetheless.
Awesome, man.
That's it. Oh, I did want to show one more thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did buy something at the store this week.
Is this your $6 billion book?
No, well, it's going to be. So there's a storyline going on in Marvel right now called Blood Hunt,
Uh-huh.
where it's vampires and so forth. Well, what they did is they put out blank covers
Oh.
that are all red, and
Uh-huh.
this is Blood Hunters number 1. I picked up the blank cover because it had Elisa Bloodstone in it on the last page, so I like that character, so I was thinking I might draw that. But then this week we have the Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt tie-in. I picked up 2 copies.
Is that an embossed logo?
No, it's not embossed. It's just black on red.
Okay. It
But
looks-
both
it
the
looks
front
pretty.
and the back covers are red and good for drawing on. So easy Spider-Man drawing,
Mhm.
you know.
That's cool.
But I have to decide what I want to put on the other one. The other 2 comics I picked up this week, Ain't No Grave from Scotty Young and Jorge Cordona.
I don't
same-
know this book.
Yeah, this is the same team that did Midwest.
I love that guy Jorge
Yeah.
Corona.
Yeah, this is a new one from them, and it's interesting.
I'll
And
have
then
to look
the other one I got was the Adam Hughes variant for Gun Honey Collision Course number 1. And I don't know why, but this just screams grade me so that I can sell it in my store. So
that up. I don't know why you would have picked that one, Andrew.
no idea, but it's one of Zach's favorite publishers, Titan Comics. So
Titan is interesting.
what's really funny about this issue and about this publisher is all about covers. That's all they're really selling you is the cover.
Hmm.
And nobody cares about the interior. But in the back of this issue,
Oh, is that an issue? It looks like a graphic novel.
yeah, no, it's an issue. Cover gallery from all the different
my
variants
God.
available for this issue.
Good Lord.
Yes. And there's a couple that have half-naked ladies on them, so. But that's what they sell. They sell covers.
You know,
That's it.
Tits and ass always sell. You know, I hate to say it.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
too much, man.
As long as
Golly.
people keep buying it, they'll keep selling it.
Hmm.
But those are my only comic pickup for this week. So, oh, you want to see something else cool?
Sure.
Check this out. This is one of the books that I got in my in a collection I picked up recently. It is the book and record set, Star Trek, Passage to Moab. I don't know what that means, but it actually has the comic as well as the record in it. I don't know
That's kinda
how
cool.
much this might be worth, but it's kind of cool to pick it up. But it's got full color interior comic in here, so
That's kind of cool.
that's a nice cover right there.
Yeah. That's
Your wife's not a original, is she?
No,
She's
she's like
next
she's
gen.
into Next Generation, and I've tried to get her into the comics, and she just doesn't take it, man. She's
alright.
something wrong with her.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely something wrong with her.
Yes.
All right, now you can take me off center. So
All right.
let's wrap this stuff up.
Awesome. Well, this was a great Friday night, guys. Happy
It
New Year.
was. I think Doc is going to be real upset he missed that whole segment with the video.
I
That was
know,
cool.
man. I thought when he left, I was like, well, maybe I save it for next week, but I was like, nah, fuck him. It was fun.
That was somebody who doesn't know anything about comics interviewing somebody who wants to take advantage of every single thing he has.
That's some guy that's trying to make a living in Dubai, that's for sure.
Wow.
Must be doing pretty good. I mean, I'm sure that retail location is expensive.
There is a sucker born every minute, and it's a matter of finding them.
MK says, thanks, guys. That was excellent. Awesome, MK. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, MK, thank you so much for showing up, man. Friday, spending Friday with you guys and everybody. It's awesome. I'm actually gonna stay up. I gotta finish trying to letter this book or get this.
Yes,
script
you
ready.
do. Get to it.
I owe Avery like a patch, there's a little drawing patch I gotta do for him. So I'm gonna try to do that either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, man. Happy Friday.
Oh, you know what we can do next week?
What's that?
Go through the Artist Alley list for Heroes Con.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be good.
yeah, we definitely need to do that. It's coming up soon.
Andrew, Zach, Avery, MK. Love you guys. Happy Friday. And have a good weekend.
Happy it's wonderful to be retired Friday.
Yeah, now you're gonna start drawing your book. We're gonna see sketches next week.
Yeah, stuff's gonna start happening.
Thumbnails. Now I know, and just to put it out there, because I'll just end on this. You are incredibly prolific when you turn it on, you turn it on. So I have no doubt that you're actually going to go into production. So,
you know what I did when I was on the cruise? The one book I took with me was The Art of Mike Mignola's Hellboy.
Oh boy!
And I was flipping every time I went to the bathroom. I'm flipping through it. I really, really, really want to do a Crom story in like a Hellboy style.
Oh, in like a graphic design style.
Yeah, very blocky, very because I think that character would be perfect for that. So.
Yeah, I want to get a little more blocky on myself. I like a little graphic design. We'll see.
Yeah, to match your block head.
Happy Friday, asshole. Love you guys. Sleep well and tune in to Andrew's show tomorrow night where he talks about something that I never show up for.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, last week was my 100th episode. It was great. We had a good time.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I think somebody super chatted me too, so it was kind of cool.
Nice. All right, you're moving up.
Yeah,
all right,
it happens
man.
every now and then.
Love you all. Have a good weekend. Peace out.